And welcome to our second Promptmate-Live event. So happy to see you all here. Today we will take a look on Zapier. Promptmate has now a Zapier integration, and with Zapier and Promptmate you can automate nearly everything. Yes, that's what we are taking a look today. We go through a use case. Perhaps we have time for a second one. But before start, we will take a look what is Zapier, and a short introduction about Promptmate. So for all who don't know Promptmate at that point or didn't have worked with Promptmate, Promptmate is a solution for using AI tools to create apps. The main target is to automate processes. You have different possibilities to do that. We have different AI systems, text to text, like ChatGPT, but also Mistral or other ones. But you have also other forms of AI tools you can use, like text to image or text to video, text to speech, etc. You can chain all that AI systems in our solution and build great apps to automate your processes, your existing processes or new processes at that point. And now with the Zapier integration, we have the possibility to trigger Promptmate apps and use the results in an automate workflow. So what is Zapier? I go over to a little presentation. Zapier is an automation tool. You can automate workflows. So you have much integrations here. I don't know how much they have, but over 7,000. Now I know. So there are really much integrations in Zapier, and there's a concept of trigger and action here. So most of the apps you see here can be a trigger. As example, getting a Gmail email could be a trigger, or adding a row to Google Sheets could also be a trigger. A new calendar entry, a new form submit, what you can imagine, new people to MailChimp, here Google Forms, a new Calendly entry, etc. After that trigger, some action is applied. An action could be also much of these what you see. You can create another row in Sheets. You can create a Google Docs document. You can create a draft in email. You can add a calendar entry, and with the integration now of Promptmate, you can use Promptmate apps as trigger and also as action, and a source for the next action also. I think the easiest way to explain how it works is to take a look on a concrete use case here. So we have an app template. Some of you already know. It's called SEO friendly but blog article writer. That template you give as input a long tail keyword and a sitemap URL. And based on that, the app goes to Google, scans the SERPs, checks what is a good blog outline, writes introductions, writes different sections of that blog article, writes meta descriptions, slacks, title, extract previous article to check if there's interlinking possibilities. You get at the end you get an article draft. You have a comprehensive and a compete to the competition. A great blog article here. This app is just an example how you can build your process to create a blog post, but you can also start with a template we provide here in public templates. Need of that section, something is happening. You have a prompt here like you would do in ChatGPT, but you have also some variables from input fields, data extenders. I don't go into deep what you can build here. You can take a look on the first Promptmate-Live event. There we have built an app from scratch. Here we I just want to show what Promptmate does here. And then the next step after having such a great blog template, a blog writer template, is to integrate it in your process. And the most annoying part is then you need to go to you create that template. It's finished. Then you need to copy paste it to WordPress. And also, if you want to do more than one article, you need to repeat it every time, and that's where Zapier comes in place. So I now would connect this app via Zapier to our WordPress instance. So the WordPress post is created every time I run that app. So now I run it with prompt training as long tail keyword. Next time I run it with top P explanation, or what is the best prompt for creating blog articles or something like that. So I just can type in the keyword here and a blog article is created, or a draft is created, so you can change also something. I will now go and show how that works. If you have any questions, meanwhile, you can use your chat, and I try to explain it or go in depth at that point. So just let me know when you have any questions here. So then back to Zapier. I go to my home screen here. That is how Zapier looks, and you can here create so-called zaps. A zap is such a piece of automation. You can have here the triggers I have explained and the actions. So in our case, the trigger should be the run of an app. So in that case, I want to go here, put in another keyword, and then the zap should run. And at the end, a blog post should be created in my WordPress instance. So in that case, I need to select here the Promptmate IO as a trigger. So after you have created the Promptmate or selected the Promptmate IO as trigger, you are able to select an event here. And the event is just a new app result. So after the app has finished, the app result is there, and you can use it here. So now continue. You need to create to choose an account. I go through that steps here. I have already one, some of them, but you need to click here if you don't have one. Connect a new account. A pop-up will appear. I think you don't see it at that point in the screen sharing, but it requests for API key. So you need to go to Promptmate to our app, and you will find here the API key section. When you open that, you can here add an API key, name that API key, And after you create, wait a second, and you get that API key. Use that API key, copy and paste it to that pop-up which appears, and yeah, then you're done, and you have also such an entry like I have here. So I just choose one of them. Yes, so now you're authenticated with our app. In the next step, you go to continue and select the app you want to use. I have this app here, the SEO-friendly blog article writer. So I search for that and use it. Continue. Test trigger. So in that case, he gets the last results. It's still running. Let me just double check here. I need to read. So wait 1 second. I'm not sure if that goes now. So that's a live event. Let me just see if I have a special trigger here which should work, or an app which should work. Let me just double check. Normally, great. So I will switch the app on my side. That was the test WordPress template. 1 moment. So, and we proceed at that step we were before. Test. So yes, perhaps later we can switch to the app I'm running at the moment, but it takes some time till the results are there. So after you have selected an app, and you have seen you need to run an app first, that's the reason for that is that you in the next step you're doing a mapping. So the output fields of the app you are running needs to be mapped to the target, as example to the WordPress instance and WordPress post here. And for that you need to have the app runs once. I've thought I've done that already, but that wasn't the case. But yeah, it's running at the moment. So run that once, and after it has run through, so now we are here, I will go back to that trigger. So after you have run that once, you will get the example of that run as you see here. That is the same. You have what we get if we run that app. The blog title, the slug, the article by itself, and that is what you see then in that example data you get here. So that's the reason why you need to run the app once. So I continue with the selected record, and in the next step I can then choose an action. Action in that case would be a WordPress post. So I just head over to WordPress, choose an event. I want to create a post. You also need to, you also need here to connect your WordPress instance. It's similar to, I think you need to log in over Zapier at that point. I've done that already, but that should be easy. And it's a WordPress login section here, so I don't show it. Now I've connected the account, and in the next step, I define the action. The action is I want to create a post or a page or something like that. I select here post, and now I have the possibility to enter content title like you have in the WordPress backend. And here, if you click on, you see that you have the possibility to use the results from the Promptmate app here. So I put in here the title. I put in here the content. Let me just see what is what. I think that's the content. You could also create an excerpt in the, I didn't have done it here. You can also add different fields in the app. You can create an excerpt. I think you can also create an header image or something like that. So you can put it in the feature image section. But to make it easy here, in that example, it's just the title and the content. I choose an author. I take me. Common status, format, sticky categories, status behind. So I want to create a draft. I don't want to put it live directly. Needs to be double checked. Date is automatically pushed, and when I continue, I so far nearly finished. So data shown for that record. So let's go and run that. And if you have run that, you have created already a WordPress post from that, because by running it tested, and it's, the test is to create it. So if I go now to our post section, that is the last status here. I'm doing a refresh. There's already the app, the tested post in WordPress. So that's the test was successfully. So I can now take a look if all has worked. I have the title here, I have the text in there, and now I can edit it and publish it. So our test was fine. Now I can publish that app. Takes some time, but it's now on. It's and now with every app run, it automatically creates a WordPress. So if you go here back, and then the next article would be not about prompt training, it would be about best AI tools like Promptmate-Live. So and I run that app. After that we finish, I will skip here. I come back later. After it's finished, it will create an post. We will double check later. And what is also possible, if you are planning to create a section and want to do a list of articles, or a list of lexica articles or something like that, you also can switch to CSV, download the template here, and with that CSV template, you just can create a list of keywords and a list of sitemap URLs, and just upload it. And with each new created article while it's running, it's also creating a new post. So you can mass create content, but I recommend to be sure you fit a good quality here. And that's how it runs, how it's in base works in the base. Any questions so far? As I would say, show you another use case. Let's see. Okay, so let's switch to the to another use case. I don't know who knows. Oh, not Haro Packet. Haro help a reporter out at that point. It's a platform to connect journalists to people who can help them when they create an article. So it connects journalists to experts, or to bloggers, or to people like us. And it works like that. You sign up as a source for a journalist, and then you get every day an email, or more than one email, where the request of a journalist is in there. So it looks later like that. So we have set it up for us. And you see here that are also digests. That's not for each request one email, but you can see here, in that case, there's one request for high-tech thing, IT leadership organization. In that one here, there are 5 requests. Yeah, Haro is a great way to get listed in, or get mentioned in publications. But as you can assume, at that point, only reading that emails takes time. You need to read them. You need to see, does that fit for me? Makes it sense that I answer such a request, and then you need to answer the request. And that's also something where this workflow can help. I wouldn't build it now, but I will show you what it does. So we have set it up for us, and it looked like this. So in that case, Promptmate is not a trigger. It gets triggered by a new email. So we have here a new email coming in via IMAP. It's a Zapier integration. So every time an email is coming in, and it's configured that we move that Haro emails in the subfolder here, and for each new email in that subfolder, we run our process. So yeah, just to see here. And then the next step is to run a Promptmate app. So that is also just configured like before. It looks like this. The action is a Promptmate app Haro pitch generator template. Zapier in that case, we have made some small changes here. You will find also these templates, this Haro pitch generator template, in our public template sections. I think in the next day we also will publish the Zapier variant, because there are some small changes in there. I can show you later. Yes, you also can choose the language, but just leave the default for English. Just in that case, I think Haro is mostly English. And what the app gets is the plain message. It's just the email you have seen before. So our app gets these content just put in, and then our app runs automatically. It runs, and at the end we create a draft. So let's take a look on the app we are running here. So it looks like this. It's a generic template here. I will go in the, let me double check. Whoop. Was not the correct one. Here is it. Okay. So I show you what we are doing in that app. Boom, 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 boom. So the input we are getting is that email text. I have just put in here an example to run. What you can put in is also your solution URL at the end. So it grabs the content from the page to get some information about your solution or your company. And you can put in your LinkedIn profile. I show you what is done. That are the three things you put in. And in the Zapier template, the plain message is variable. Both things, the URL and the LinkedIn profile, is static, so it's just text input. And what we are doing now is we just first create a summary about our solution, or about your solution at that case. We get the website content, we put in the text, and just get some rough draft to some rough information about what we are doing. And in the next step, you have seen here more than one request. We have to think about to answer each of them, but in the most cases, we just pick the best fitting, because it's there are in the normal case no two which we can answer in a good way for our use case here. But you can rebuild the app if you want to do it in another way. So we just choose the best fitting HARO requests. We getting in the solution description and the request email we get from the API at that point. And at the end, we selecting one of that requests with ChatGPT. In the next step, we do a rating, and that's something which is really important in my eyes. So you're getting all that emails, and every day you can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 send 5 or more answers to a journalist. But if you do just answer every request, at the end, someone you would be blocked because of spamming, or the journalist getting a second message from you and it doesn't fit as a third message, and they don't just begin to ignore your messages. So I would recommend here to send out only messages and answer requests or queries which you can answer in a good way and fit in a good way, and where you can help the journalist. And that's the reason why we are doing that rating of the one best fitting request. So we just going in and we have our solution description, and we have the HARO request, and after that we just say give us a high if the request is a good fit to our solution, or give us a medium if it's a request from an AI expert or AI related, or low, it's not, if not related. And that we later use in the draft section I will show you to get an information, is it a request we should answer at that point. We just extract email, first name, so we have it in own fields, the media outlet, the requirements, expert info we get also, the expert info, we are the expert, we get the info from the LinkedIn profile here. That's a good point, because every time we share new informations about on our LinkedIn profile, this template grabs that new information and not some old static information we put in here. And at the end, we are writing a draft to that. It's not an article, but it's an email draft to fill that request. And we put it all together at the end with a final email. And that's it. So that's the template. It gets the email. extract the most important request, extract some information, prioritize that request, and write a first draft we can send out to the journalist. That is done all in that step here. The next step is create a draft. We do it in Gmail because it's more easy, but you can do it also in other ways here. So we have Gmail here, create a draft. We have our account here, and here's the action we have defined. The subject is the final subject result from our app. The to is the extracted email. It's every case it's a help a reporter.net email. From is static. The final email result is here, and we put in also the request of that particular request, so we can check later if ChatGPT has written a good thing here to answer or not. And yeah, that's all. At the end, it appears then as we check it 1 or 2 times daily, and can we get a draft here, and it looks then like that here. Great one, like that here. You get a title, you get the email draft you can send out based on your solution information, based on your LinkedIn profile. You should read that and see if that fits, or if you want to add something or not. And below you just find the request, so you can double check. Okay, is that what is written above? Is that fitting that request? And yeah, that's the way it goes. That is one which is already changed. Let me just see if I can. Yeah. So. And what you see here in beginning is, or also here, is the priority. So in our draft section, we have then emails every day, and we see already, it's low, it's high, it's medium, and we can decide in a fast way if we want to work with that, wanted to send it out or not, and yeah, if it's too much, you just check the high ones or the medium ones, and the low you just trash. So it's about fastening that process and getting things done here. So yes, that was the second use case. So any questions so far? Still waiting for. So that are the both use cases I've brought in today. There are much more use cases. I think content creation is one thing, but you can also imagine that you can do monitoring things like getting each time a new Google News is coming in to a topic, you can create you can analyze it and say, is that something we can write an article? But you can also create a social media post for that, or draft of it. You can also integrate Slack to automate workflows, like if you post a new topic into Slack, our app, or you create an app which search for that topic, create some so search for the topic in Google News or Google or something else, and create a blog post or a social draft at that point. And that's the way. But you can also imagine that some things like creating a request, a support request, or a new lead request from a form or something like that, You can use Google and LinkedIn, etc., to rate a new request to see if that's something which is urgent or not. Yeah, that's the integration of Promptmate and Zapier. And yeah, just waiting for some questions. And if we are not getting any ones, I'm finished for today. Let me double check. Okay, no comments, no questions so far. We have some good amount of views, but it's fully fine. Just take our input with you. If you have any questions about the integration or what you can build with it, come back to us, join our community, or write us an email. Happy to hear about. And yeah, I wish you a happy Easter weekend, and thanks for watching today. See ya. Bye.